So, sorry about that. I believe we should be live. Um, just give me one moment. Sorry about that. I believe we should be live. Okay. So, I'm very sorry for being late. But, can you hear me properly? Just give me one moment. Is there any difficulty hearing me? I believe we should be live. Okay. So, I'm very sorry for being late. But, can you hear me properly? Just give me one moment. Is there any difficulty? But yeah, guys. So JTP live on our video. Today we will be doing a live stream, of course, covering the Florida district elections and in Wisconsin. So I'm sorry I missed quite a bit, but in Florida's sixth election, we do have some results so far. As y'all probably know, Florida is a state that counts fast, so it's not a surprise right now that we have a lot of votes in. So we could go to the size of leads. Right now, Republican Randy Fine is winning. And I would say that one important aspect that he needs to consider is increasing his vote share. He really needs to try to maximize the number of votes with this number of time, or at least the rest of the votes coming. Because I do think this is one way Republicans will test their um, or at least maybe it could be one test for Trump. Um, so sorry, just give me one moment. So, as y'all can see, 59% of the vote is currently in, and there is a district in the Panhandle, so we have to wait for that because their polls close later on. And yeah, so if y'all can't hear me properly or anything, just please let me know in the chat. Um, sorry. Yeah, would be helpful. So 59% of the votes in. Republicans are still winning, but the thing is, right now they're not. Okay, I can't say for sure since it's only 59% of the vote in. But just to let you know, Republicans are not doing as they should right now. At least let's look at these numbers. But again, we have to wait and see. Um, actually, let's see, because in the 6th district, I think that was what we were just on, yeah. The election day turnout's actually looking pretty good. So apparently, Republicans did not do that well in the early vote turnout, but they are overperforming 2024 in the election day turnout. But yeah, even in Florida's first district, election day turnout is looking pretty good. At least right now. And yeah, so 59% of votes still in, Republicans winning. This is a district that's really expected to go red. If it doesn't go red, that is a very big surprise for Republicans. In fact, if it does flip blue, that is very beneficial for Democrats in the House. And if we look at 2024, we could go there in the presidential area just to kind of compare this. So again, as y'all know, Trump won this with a very big margin. Excuse me. If we look at Volusia County / District 6, this was a county Trump won. In fact, Trump won all of these counties. So Republicans should basically win all of these counties. If you're thinking Republicans will do good this year, or at least this election. So, again, we're just waiting for more votes to come in, but I wouldn't get too scared right now because we do have some more votes. But what is concerning right now, if anything, is this. Republicans did not do that good in the early vote turnout, but in their election day turnout, they are doing pretty good. If y'all have any comments, concerns, questions, y'all can always put in the live chat. Wisconsin, we won't have any votes right now. We're just kind of waiting on Wisconsin. So that will, in Central Time, that will come in at 8. At Eastern Time, that will come in at 9. So we got a lot to wait. And yeah, there are some other elections as well we could watch for, such as the Superintendent of Public Instruction. This is not my title, but we could also look for other elections coming in, such as voter ID requirement. That is very important. It will definitely help Republicans to perform better in elections. So, if y'all know Poly Market, we could take a look at there. Last time, this is where people bet and they predict. I'm not promoting it. I'm just seeing what people are thinking. So, in Wisconsin, they are saying Crawford, which was my prediction. I did predict that Crawford will win. I'm not going to take that back. It is what it is. But we'll see. There could be an upset. There definitely can be an upset. I think we learned a lesson, or at least I learned a lesson in 2022 on how Republicans did very good. Democrats did pretty good. And yeah, it could definitely turn around. You just have to wait and see. Now, let's see if votes got updated. Okay, so I think we got an update in the vote count. Republicans took back St. Johns County. Okay guys, this is kind of big. Lake County is nearly all the way in. So let's compare that to 2024. Well, actually, I can't really say that because this county was partitioned in the district. But if I'm comparing it to the actual district as a whole, or the county as a whole, Democrats did do better. If we look at Flagler, I'm pretty sure that is the whole county. Democrats did better. Now, I know after this election, I know many people will say, oh, well, Democrats are doing good, so that means
people don't approve of Donald Trump. Okay, that is not exactly true. In fact, I don't think that's even true. You have to consider 2024 versus 2025. Again, if y'all have any comments, questions, inquiries, I would be happy to answer those in the chat. Our goal right now, I believe, is one super chat. Okay, let me change that right now to one super chat. Yeah, we really appreciate it. But again, if you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. And yeah, I'll get to that. So I started a goal. If y'all want, I'm not forcing it. It's very appreciated though if maybe there's a super chat. But yeah. So we're just waiting for our votes to come in. Again, like I was saying, just because Republicans don't do that good in this election, that does not by any means say Trump is not doing good right now and people don't approve of him. 2024 was a different election. 2024 was an election with mass inspirations, that energy was extremely behind the Republicans, in particular Donald Trump. Now, the state of Florida as a whole is a Republican trending state. In the year 2024, Donald Trump won Florida with over 13 points. If we went back in 2012, 2016, 2020, this would be a crazy margin. That would probably mean the Republican, in my opinion, would win with 400. That's how much this margin is if you were to compare it. So, yeah, again, we're going to have to wait and see. But that's just how I see on it. What do y'all think? Let me know in the chat what y'all think. So, yeah. So, we're at 72% in. The margins aren't really changing that much. Which is questionable. But, of course, there are still more votes to see. Escambia County in District 6 is not all the way in. So, Randy Fine could still pull that back in. If we're saying, so what is a very big thing to know if Republicans are doing bad? Well, if Escambia stays blue, that is, in my opinion, going to be bad. Now, of course, if Democrats do good, that can dictate somewhat over their opinion of the Trump presidency. I'm not saying much, maybe. There could be some correlation between those, if you get what I mean. So, sorry. Yeah, if y'all didn't check out my final predictions, I did say that Fine would win with 10 points, which is kind of the margin right now, but I do expect the rest of the votes to be for Republicans, primarily because Florida in general, the rest of the votes tend to be Republican. So yeah, make sure if y'all are enjoying it this far, like it, share with your friends. Maybe you have some friends saying, oh, who's gonna win? This election, okay, I know it's just some spring election. It doesn't matter a whole lot, but it's gonna be very important in Wisconsin. Because if you didn't know, it's what I heard. Democrats kind of want to merge two congressional districts in Wisconsin. So, if this Wisconsin race goes for Susan Crawford, that can be pretty devastating for the Republican Party. As Republicans right now, even they have a slim majority right now. So if Crawford wins this, it will be pretty. It could be devastating. I could even show you. If y'all are new to the live stream, y'all can say what y'all think in the chat. Oh. Toadmaster 4000 W stream. Thank you, Toadmaster. Nate Thomas. I might be in a minority here, but I'd strongly recommend the Republicans put a lot of energy into Virginia and get that state back to red for the first time since 2004. As a Floridian, I'm backing Byron Donalds for governor. Thank you for your comment, Nate Thomas. It's good to have you on the stream. Yeah, I mean, Virginia is a state that has been shifting away, if I can say, from the Republicans for a while. I mean, in the year 2000, Bush won it. In 2004, now many people were saying, "Oh, the Bushes won it." And I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure George, the father Bush won it. But still, if you okay, I know this is not 2000, but if I just go to just to show my point, if you go to Virginia, I understand this is 2024, but just to show you the counties I'm talking about, um, it's in these three counties that really brought the Democrats to getting a foothold in Virginia. So those are Loudoun, Fairfax, and Prince William, and basically the counties around it. It's called Nova, North Virginia, and these started trending very blue. I mean, these three used to be Republican actually, and they of course flipped blue. So yeah, I mean, if Republicans can get back Virginia, then that would be pretty great. They did vote for Youngkin for governor. We'll see how that goes this November if they elect Sears. And you're supporting Byron Donalds. Oh, that's great. I do believe he's running. Yeah. Um. Why isn't it called yet? How is Will going to make up 10 points with 72% in? So, just because, first of all, thank you for a comment. Thank you for joining the stream. So, just because the Republican is winning, that does not mean, oh, he won. Um, I mean, New York Times called it. I'll call it too, I guess. But yeah, they just called it. Will is not gonna make up like a point. That's nearly impossible. That would be devastating for a Republican if that happens. But that's probably not gonna happen. And he won. So again, if y'all have any other questions, please let me know in the chat. I'd be happy to respond. But yeah, this is pretty breaking news. Well, not really that breaking news. It's pretty much expected. Randy Fine, Republican, will defeat Josh Will. This will be a Republican hold. And if we compare this to the House race, I do believe this was Mike Walt's seat, down in Florida. Waltz got 67% of the vote compared to Stockton's 33. And we only have 73, but it's not as before. We still have to wait for more votes. But the winner has been declared, Randy Fine. Of course, we're not really looking at the margins here. We're mainly looking at the margins because, well, first off, Fine's the winner. But what's going to really matter is how much does Randy Fine perform at the end of the day when it's all been said and done. Because in Florida in 2024, this went by Mike Waltz by 67% of the vote. But right now, Fine's only getting 53.7%. Now, I also want y'all to consider turnout. I understand it's only 63. And before I continue, y'all, welcome to the live stream. I think some people joined. I'd be happy if y'all join the conversation. Let me know if you have any questions. I would be happy to answer. Maybe discuss something. We do have a goal of 1 super chat. So if y'all want, I mean, I'm not forcing or anything. We greatly appreciate though. But yeah, I mean, like if there's a conversation though, it's up to y'all. But yeah, I would be happy to answer them. So, if y'all are just coming in, I think I saw some. Randy Fine has been projected the winner in Florida's 6th district. This is a Republican hold. This is not a gain. If you're here thinking maybe Democrats can pick up the seat, that is probably not going to happen. Um, they're down by 8, and I'm pretty sure Florida tends to be Republican, Democrat in original ballots or original vote counts, but as votes start pouring in, they tend to be more Republican. So, yeah, fine will probably increase his margin, but but we're gonna have to see by how much. Now, I also want y'all to consider that districts are different than presidential elections because one way I could prove this point is in Alaska. So Nick Bajish, if you did not know, flipped Alaska. That may be a little weird for some of y'all, but he flipped Alaska from Mary Peltola, and he won with around 2 points over Peltola, the incumbent. Now, does this mean Alaska is trending very blue? Not necessarily. Of course, I don't know if this is a good example, but if you're considering 2024, you're gonna also have to consider the candidates, the energy behind each of them, and yeah, because to be fair, Democrats did have some energy in flipping this district because there are extremists who do not approve of Donald Trump. Of course, there are moderates who don't approve of Donald Trump, but specifically many extremists or leftists, have that enthusiasm, to go against Trump by voting against Fine. But yeah, of course, the margins really matter. So there is another election in the like I said, probably gonna increase. So next, or at least another election is in the Panhandle. We're gonna have to wait and see. I do think that's gonna be in like 23 minutes. I want to say 23 minutes. But yeah, this is gonna be a long live stream. Oh yeah, make sure y'all like the video if possible, so maybe more people could join. Share with your friends, and you can tell me what y'all think in the comments below. So yeah, if y'all are thinking why isn't Florida having any votes right now, well, it's because their polls have not closed yet, so we have to wait and see on Wisconsin. And just to let y'all know, in the future, I am trying to get some more live streams in. I have not done live streams since I think 2022, the midterms. And now here we are, nearly 3 years ahead of that. And the reason I say nearly is because I was live on November 2022, and it's been a while since I've been live. Oh, and if y'all are new to the live stream, please make sure you tell me what you think in the chat. We could have a conversation. Share it with your friends. Maybe they're interested in the elections, because this is a pretty important elections, because this could dictate some aspects if people in general approve of Trump. Of course, that's not entirely true, but you could get somewhat of an idea. As well as Wisconsin. Wisconsin, if Democrats, not Democrats, if Susan Crawford, who is aligned with Democrats, if she wins, that can be pretty bad for Republicans, as Democrats may merge 2 districts for themselves in the House, for Republicans in the House, which means Republicans will lose a seat. And as you can see already, Republicans do have a slim majority. So, 82% of the votes in, 8.3. My prediction was 10, so we'll see how that goes. Volusia is kind of on the verge of going red. Fines closing in on Weil with 90% of the vote reporting. So I would at least hope that Fine can flip this district. Because this was okay. Technically, I'm pretty sure this. I mean, it's a district, so this county got partitioned, if I'm not mistaken. Um, let's quickly go there. Florida, Volusia, and yeah, it got partitioned. But still, I mean, it would still be good if Republicans could get this district, or county, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Republicans are leading with 8.3 points. They already won at this point. We're just playing the margin game right now. I mean, can Republicans increase their margins? If they do, that will be pretty important. Hey guys, so if y'all are new, I think some people joined. Welcome to the live stream. Um, Thank you for joining in. I understand other people are live. I know Red Eagle is, but I mean, thank you for joining mine. If y'all have any discussions, questions, I mean, this is really open. I could talk to you. Just tell me what y'all think in the chat. I mean, this is gonna be pretty interactive. This is not just me speeching for, I don't know. I mean, you get what I mean, right? Tell me what y'all think in the chat. Any questions? If y'all are new, make sure if y'all could please like. And yeah. So right now we have 82% of the vote in, and if you didn't know, the Panhandle reports at a different time compared to the Central Florida. So if you're wondering why the first district doesn't have any votes in, well, it's because excuse me, we have to wait for their polls to close. So again, it's playing the waiting game. If y'all have any comments, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. Our goal is one super chat, but of course, a comment is different. So just let me know what y'all think. Velocia, still waiting for more votes. So of course, if you're thinking maybe Democrats can flip the seat, I think that's a very low chance. So I would say, if you're a Democrat, what you should be, and I'll tell you what y'all should be aiming for if you're in each respective party. If you are a Democrat, I'll start with that. If you're a Democrat, you should really be trying to win Wisconsin's Supreme Court election and do good on the questions that follow. And I'm pretty sure that was a superintendent question. So make sure, excuse me, make sure Democrats win here, because they wanna, at least I heard, combine a district for Republicans, and that will help them in the House. And other stuff, if they get the seat, that will help them in the Supreme Court, of course. If also, you should probably aim for reducing Republican margins in both the 1st and 6th district. It will be a bit of a stretch to win both of these, but at least flipping some votes would help. If you're a Republican, I would say we just got to increase our margins right now. I can't say for sure, but these aren't these aren't even that good, to be honest. I would say these are fair. I don't know if that's even fair. I mean, of course, we have more votes to come in, but we really need to try to increase our margins, as well as the first. We have we don't have any votes, but we should still need that, and we need to get Wisconsin. We need to get this for Brad Scimel. Sorry, if I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, we're just playing the waiting game right now, waiting for more votes to come in. Well, we don't even have votes in the first in Wisconsin. Again, sorry. If you're new to the live stream, let me know what y'all think in the live chat. Make sure you share this with your friends, see what they think, and yeah. If you don't know what my prediction is, I said Fine, kind of repeating here, Fine would win with 10. Right now he's winning with 8.5. Um, I don't know exactly if he'll be 10. Well, that was my prediction, but I don't know. I can't determine based on the current election results because we still have 18% of the voted. But I'm anticipating the rest of the votes will go for Republicans primarily. So, yeah. Y'all have any questions? Y'all have any comments? Y'all maybe thought of something? The live chat's open. Um, there was a question earlier. How is Will gonna make up 10 points with 70% in? Of course, it's not 72% anymore, but you get the point. I don't think he will. Republicans will just gain their numbers. Okay, so we just got some more votes in. 83% in. Volusia flipped back red, which Republicans should have got. Now Fine's winning with around 9, so that's great. Well, not that great, but at least it's better. And the rest of the votes will probably go in more for Randy Fine. It may be more than 10 points at this pace, I think, because that just increased by a significant amount, I believe. But yeah, Putnam got a bit more red. Volusia flipped back red, which it should have. It should have. Marion, Lake, and they're all red. So right now, we'll just see how much fruit juice we can pour in. If you understand that analogy. Again, if you want to know that analogy, what I meant is we really want to boost up these circles. It's common sense. It's common sense. That's what it comes down at the end of the day. We Republicans really need to try to increase our. We need to increase our margins here, of course, and that will common sense increase Fine's margins. Marion, we still have some votes there. Putnam, some votes. Flagger, Johns, Volusia, nearly in. So basically, the counties near the Atlantic, you're nearly done. Volusia has some more votes and to strengthen that more red, I'd say. I think we're 13 minutes out from our first results in the first district of Florida. So, yeah, I mean, we're just gonna kind of wait. Shouldn't be any time long now. Again, if y'all have any comments, let me know in the chat. So, excuse me. We have 83% of the vote. I think that margin reduced a little to like 8.9, I think. We could maybe compare this to 2024, see how it's going right now. So if I kind of zoom in here to, yeah, there. So let's first look at Putnam. So Putnam right now is with 50% of the vote in. Or let's look at the ones that are nearly in. I think that'd be better. So St. Johns County, nearly all of the vote is in. Fine has 55%. Josh Weil has 44%. If we compare it to the 2024 results, and I just want to let you know, this county got partitioned in the district, but this county is doing better for Will. It did shift blue, at least in what we're in. I can't say that exactly because again, this county got partitioned, so maybe the northern side just happened to be more red and this more blue. But if you're looking at the straight up, Democrats did do better in general. I mean, of course, I can't say that definitely because this county got partitioned. Okay, got a comment. Thank you for your comment. How come the Panhandle closes an hour later? Is that because of the time difference? So that is true. The Panhandle does close later. And they're actually Central Time. So if that was your question, The Florida Panhandle is Central Time, so yeah, I would assume you're right. And the Central Florida is Central Time, so yeah, that's probably the reason. Um, the Florida Panhandle is more earlier, so they we probably have more time to votes. Yes, it is because of the time difference. That is correct, and we should have our some votes coming in 10 minutes. If y'all are new to the live stream, make sure you share this with your friends. Right now, our goal of one super chat ends in like 5 minutes. Um, uh, if y'all want, y'all could definitely do it. Um, this would be my first super chat. It's up to y'all though, but this is my goal. All right. So, yeah, 4 minutes 51 seconds left for my goal. But yeah. So okay, today's April Fool's Days, guys. This is not a joke. Fine Juan. Yeah, it's not a joke, of course. I would have probably done an April Fool's video, but I don't know. I don't know how long we're gonna stay up. If I have time, maybe I'll do it. We'll see. And have y'all realized that public school teachers, they're usually interested in politics quite a bit? I mean, you got Tim Walz, you got Josh Weil. I don't know. Kind of coincidence. Which makes sense though, but yeah. Not really coincidence, I'd say. Alright, y'all have any comments? Um, questions, anything? Um, yeah, we're just waiting for more votes to come in and waiting for our first results in Florida. It's Panhandle, which is basically Republican. If you go to 2024, the Panhandle voted strongly for Republicans, which means that this district will probably be more red than the 6th. That'll probably be the outcome. And this is going to replace Matt Gaetz, his seat, because he resigned. And just to let y'all know again, Florida's 6th district is to replace Michael Waltz, which is Trump's national secretary, security advisor. So Wisconsin, we only get news at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That is 8 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, we gotta wait. If y'all are new to the live stream, again, let me know what y'all think in the chat. Like, share it with your friends. Because I mean, this is an interactive stream, you know. Talk with me to chat. I'll be happy to answer. Yeah. So if you're thinking, what are we doing now? Well, it's an election, so we have to wait for votes, of course. Again, just waiting for votes to come in. We have 83% of the vote in, and Fines leading with around 9. Just to repeat again, Valonis did go back red. Of course, this county is partitioned, but Republicans did get that back in. So right now, they got everything red on the map. So now it's just how much fruit juice can you pour in on the map. If you get what I mean, it makes sense. If you don't get what I mean, which was kind of a bad analogy, you get the point. Okay. Basically, how much more redder can these get? That's basically excuse me, what Republicans are looking for, because this can really show Trump and Republicans what people are thinking about the current administration. I'm not a whole big fan of that idea, but I think maybe somewhat that could maybe affect it, maybe, just maybe. But of course, it will do somewhat at least. So just waiting. And Florida usually counts fast, so that's how we got 80. Now just 87% of the voting. And we got some pretty interesting results coming in right now. Fine is leading with 9.9. That's nearly 10. Um, and he did increase his margins. Now we're just waiting on Putnam, Marion, and yeah, we're basically waiting on these two counties. So overall, what I would say right now is, I'm pretty sure Republicans did not do as good as they did in 2024. I cannot deny that. We have some more votes in, but I will say one thing. They did pretty good in their election day turnout. And that's, honestly, that's pretty good. But they could have done better in their early turnout, because elections in general after 2020, early voting really contributed to the success of a party. And that was really proven or proved in the year of 2022, when Democrats severely outperformed. Um, so, yeah. Um, the first district, right now, election day turnout's looking pretty good. So I guess one positive thing right now for Republicans is that we're doing pretty good in the election day turnout. So that's great. Um, so yeah, but I think Republicans can definitely improve on early voting turnout. So yeah, I do think Republicans' margin will just increase from here. I don't think it would decrease. My prediction was 10 points, so maybe, I can't say right now, but maybe I was a little off, but we'll see. Um, well, Jets Unleashed, thank you for your comment. Special election, low turnout. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, this is a special election, and special elections, it's you. That's very different. I think I said it in the beginning or so of the live stream ish. Um, you generally have low turnout. I mean, I can even prove that right now, in front of your retinas. And Republicans got 94,000 votes, and Democrats got 77,000 right now. If you compare that to 2024, Republicans got 284,000, Democrats got 143,000. So you're absolutely right. Jets Unleashed. Turnout is very low. Lower turnout we lose, but more turn. Yes, that is definitely true. More turnout we win. Yeah. And I think the same saying goes for Democrats in early voting standards. Because 2022, if you were active, I mean, watching elections then, um, they, okay, I don't know if it's turnout per se, but they really inspired early voting. And not only turnout, but I think well, yeah, also turnout. I think Republicans should also turn out more in early voting, right? But yeah, that is definitely true. When there's a low voter turnout, Democrats usually do have the foothold, because yeah, not really that much turnout, but they do early voting, and that's maybe not that much turnout. Well, kind of. You get the point though. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. When we have low voter turnout, we don't really inspire much people. We don't really have the enthusiasm much that Trump had, because the enthusiasm was behind Trump, which really sparked the voter turnout, which caused him to get so many votes in the youth and Hispanic men. So yeah, that is absolutely true. Thank you for that comment. If y'all are just coming into the live stream, thank you for joining us. We have a current goal that just ended. We start another goal. So, um, there's a super chat goal. I mean, y'all could choose whatever money you want. Up to y'all. We'd appreciate it. But yeah. So right now, Republicans are leading with 10.3. That is point 0.3 more than my prediction. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But of course, I knew Republicans would win this already. I think anyone could expect that. Hopefully, my prediction is somewhat near this margin. I mean, 10.3 versus 10, not that much of a difference. So hopefully, it stays around that. But yeah, I mean, Republicans leading with 10.3. That is not that good, to be honest. If you really want my honest opinion, it would have been better for Republicans to do more. But as what Jets Unleashed said, turnout really matters, because if Republicans don't have that turnout, it usually doesn't end well for them, as explained by 2022. So we should have gotten some results. Well, at least we should. From here on out, we should get some more results, or we should get results. Excuse me. In Florida's first district, so the Floridian U.S. House District number 1, polls have closed, I believe. Yeah, polls closed, like I said. Can you believe that? 40% of votes just came in, which I really appreciate about Florida. They count their votes so fast. So yeah. Patronis is winning. If you're thinking this is a good margin, it's not. We have to wait though. Votes are just coming in. It's only 10% of the votes so far. Yeah. We can go to the Florida turnout tracker. And if y'all are just coming in live, thank you so much for joining. Tell me what y'all think in the chat. I would be more than happy to answer and just discuss. We do have a current super chat goal. I mean, if y'all, you can donate whatever it shows. I mean, whatever y'all want there. Would appreciate it, but up to y'all. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. What maybe about the election and stuff like that. So, kind of saying this again, Republicans are doing pretty good right now in the election day turnout. In 2024, their turnout was R plus 29. However, they are now getting R plus 35. At least in the 6th district. In the 1st district, Republicans are getting 42 compared to 36. So, what they're lacking is in the early turnout. So, yeah, I think maybe that could show y'all something. If after 2022, to be honest, I really understood that Republicans need to focus on early voting. I think that's something that Donald Trump realized in 2024, and he actually inspired that. He was saying, vote early, vote early, vote early. And look what happened. This is what happened. So the question, and of course he's Donald Trump. These candidates may not get as much enthusiasm, but I think you get the point. So we got some more updates in. This time it's from Walton. 44% of the votes in. Patronis is winning with 66% of the vote in the year 2024. Let's compare that. 2024, let's see. Trump got Walton by 79. We have to wait. I mean, this county got partitioned, I think. But we have to wait and see, because these are, it's pretty early in, and I'm pretty sure Republicans generally do worse in the beginning of Floridian elections, and later on they generally do better. So, yeah. Um, oh, thank you so much, Jets Unleashed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. 199. Thank you. Uh, my first super chat, Jets Unleashed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Would you like to ask any question or anything? And um, again, I really appreciate it. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Okay, so if you have any questions, Jets Unleashed, let me know. If of course any of y'all could ask, but specifically y'all. Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate it. um, yeah. So, Escambia has gone blue right. Okay, Escambia is blue right now. Okay, don't be scared right now, guys. It's early in. Don't think, oh my goodness, it's blue. What do we do? It's only 50% of the vote in. It's not the end of the world. In fact, this county actually it's pretty red. Never mind. But okay, so Trump got 59% of the vote. Right now, he's getting, or the Republicans getting 44. Now, I cannot say that it's over in regards to the margin of victory, but what I can say is we have to wait and see because it definitely could change. Right now, Patronis has 44, Valimont has 55, and we have 44 more percent votes. That doesn't really make that much sense, but you get the point. We still have 44% more to go, and I'm anticipating the rest of the votes should be Republican. And if y'all are just joining in, thank you so much. Welcome. Tell me what y'all think in the chat. Make sure y'all like and share with your friends if y'all like it so far. We could start another goal, but I really appreciate it. I mean, you don't know how much I appreciate it. So yeah, one super chat, we'll start that. All right. So, okay, we have 37% of the voting. Let's check what Polymarket's saying regarding Wisconsin, because I think Wisconsin. Well, one thing is Wisconsin is going to be the most important election this spring. I'm pretty sure Crawford increased. Okay. Well, I think she was expected to win anyway. We don't have any votes, of course, but just to see, excuse me, if Florida impacted Wisconsin at all. Let's scroll down to, or scroll up to District 6. I don't know if there's any, maybe there's a change, but right now, Fine's winning with 10.3. We're waiting on votes from Putnam, Marion, and the Atlantic district / county partitions. Excuse me. Nearly have older votes in. And we're waiting. And Lake, at least that district kind of partition, whatever. So we're mainly waiting on Marion and Putnam. Regarding the first, we're just trying to get whatever we can, I think. So yeah, Democrats are leading right now, and I just want to let you all know. Okay, before that, I'm pretty sure Republicans will win these. Although it may be looking bad originally, I'm pretty sure this is normal. Democrats tend to win originally, but over time their margin shrink until Republicans flip and their margin grows. I'm sorry I started this live stream late, but if y'all actually saw the results before this, I'm pretty sure that Republicans were losing. When I started the stream, it was like Fine was leading with like 3 or something. And now look, he's leading by like 10. So yeah, okay. Sorry, I just saw these 2 chats. I'll start off with Jets Unleashed, and then I'll get to yours. What's your thoughts on Democrats used to be good at big turnout races back in since 2020, and Republicans were great at special election, But now it's flipped, so Democrats are great at special elections. Um, yeah. In 2020, well, that is a good question. In 2020, Republicans, of course, lost the Senate, they lost the House, and lost the presidency. So that resulted in a Democratic trifecta. But I do think it's also important to note that Georgia had some two special, no, technically one special election, and Democrats won there, but that may be different. But I do think I see what you mean. Um, it's not a special election per se, but Virginia did have a standalone election, meaning, okay, I don't know if that's a proper term, but it was one of those solo elections as well as New Jersey. Republicans did very good on that. Maybe that's what you mean. Um, but maybe you're meaning special elections in general. Do you have an example of that, maybe? And it actually Wisconsin earlier, Republicans did terrible. In 2023, they did terrible. They lost by like 11. Um, so maybe that was when Democrats started to do so great on such special elections. Could you show me an example of what you meant? And sorry, just looking at another one. I think Crawford will win, but Poly Market is too quick to count Scimel. That is true, but the thing is that people are betting money, so they want to be as accurate as possible. But I definitely see what you mean. Hey, DJ 808. Yo. Hello. Um, if y'all have any, you know, comments, concerns, or, whatever questions y'all got, let me know. Oh yeah, and there was an election update. 91% of voting, fines leading with 11. I predicted 10, 1.1. Hopefully that's not that off. Probably increased, but let's see how much it goes up to. Um, Marion, Putnam, again, we're waiting on these two mainly. These counties are nearly in. In the first district, these are very tight. Well, in the first district, this is very tight. None of these districts are fully in. I'm sorry, I keep saying district. I shouldn't have said that. County, you get what I mean. County partition, whatever. They are kind of counting at the same pace, kind of. Um, Patronis is closing in and just overtook Valimont. And this is looking kind of weird, to be honest, because I thought Patronis would live with 20, win with 23 points, and I think that still can happen. If we go to the Florida early turnout for the first, let's go there. They got a huge election day turnout, 42 points. And their combined was 29. So my margin actually may be too small. So far my margins have been underestimating. But hopefully there's somewhere around the actual. He said, District 1 just flipped. District 1 just flipped? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did. It did flip. Flip meaning like in the election count, right? Because this is a Republican district, but I see what you mean, though. The count did flip. That's definitely true. But that's not. I mean, if this is a surprise, then that's devastating. I mean, this should not be surprise. We should be. Well, first of all, Escambia should be red. This is extremely terrible right now. How Valimont is really winning this county. I think that we just have to wait for more votes. I think we gotta wait and see. But if she keeps her margin, or at least is still winning, that's pretty terrible. Of course, we gotta wait though. I think we'll go red, of course. Okay, Walton's being more red. That's great. That's great. Hopefully he gets his margins up to like 80, because Trump got like 79. How about Scambi's blue? That's crazy. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. I don't think it will stay blue though. I mean, to be honest, I don't think Escambia. Well, out of the whole Panhandle area, that's the most less red. But still, you would have expected, like, I can even, or you can see the color actually. Like, of course, common sense. The more red, the more red. And the less red, the less red, of course. Scambia was the least red, at least in this part of Panhandle, whatever. Sorry. So yeah, but if you're thinking it'll go blue, I don't think it will. But it's kind of concerning. We have 90% of the voting. But at the same time, if you go to the early vote tracking, Republicans got 35. Sorry, that's District 6. Republicans got 42. So, is that in other counties or whatever? I mean, maybe, but I also do think it's in Escambia. I think Escambia will go red. I would be shocked if it didn't. Yeah, I really would be shocked. Walton's nearly okay. Has like 7% of the vote left. Patronis is winning, but the question is at this point is by how much can Patronis win by? If we're looking at the 2024 election where Matt Gaetz was running, this district went pretty red. And Gaetz got 66% of the vote, whereas Valimont got 34. I could pull up the map so we can maybe get a detailed outline of the first, so you can see better here. Looking at, I mean, of course, Trump did help Gaetz. I'm not denying that. Trump did very much help Gaetz. So, of course, there may be a bit more, Republican support in this election. So, the first district, or, I'm sorry, Escambia voted for Gaetz by 57, Valimont, the same candidate, 43. Right now, it's not looking that good. I mean, okay, so we just got some bit more people joining. Thank you so much for joining our live stream. Free to comment in the chat. We have a goal right now for super chat, whatever. Whatever y'all want, be greatly appreciated though. But voice crack. Can y'all hear me properly? Can y'all hear me properly? Okay. How do you create coverage? All right. Thank you for your feedback. Yep. How do I? Oh, okay. So you're asking how do I create election night? Like which kinds? Like what template are you talking about? Like which kind? If you get what I mean. All right, but we have some more people joining. Thank you so much for joining. Tell me y'all what y'all think in the chat. Be free to answer. We have a super chat goal. We're waiting. Man, I would say primarily on Escambia, but you're asking how do I make my election coverages? Could you specify which one you meant, if possible? While you do that, so we have 74% of the vote in. Patronis has 52.6. If you're thinking this will hold on, that's not good. If this, I'm just letting you know right now, if this margin continues, that is pretty bad. I don't think it will. I'm not saying it will, but if it does, that's not good. Sorry, scroll up. District 6 is right now going for fine. Not much has changed. 11.1, if any, have changed. So yeah, just playing the waiting game. This election's looking pretty tense in terms of margins. But yeah, Georgie, you were saying, how do I make election coverages? Are you like, which one are you referring to? There's different ones. But yeah. So, what do y'all think about Escambia? Is Escambia usually this close? Okay, if you're talking about in terms of final results, if I'm not mistaken, in 2016, I could double check that. It was. Okay, actually, I don't want to say anything wrong. Let me just go ahead and double check that. Florida. And Florida used to be a battleground state, but now it's not. Which is good. Okay, so Escambia voted like 20 points. Okay, no, it was not really competitive. Is Escambia usually this close? I don't think so. But maybe it is because of the percent of votes. But to be honest, that's still not good, though. I mean, if you get what I mean. So if you, I can't say for sure because it really depends on how that 10% votes when it's all been said and done. But um, in general, if this were the final count, this would be horrendous for Republicans. All right, Patronis has won. Not a surprise. I can go ahead and project it too. No shocker. This was a district. Republicans were expected to win, but the margin is the game right now. Can Republicans boost up their margins? And that's basically pretty important because many may argue, I'm pretty sure many people after this election will say, oh, well, Democrats they're doing good, so that means people don't approve of Donald Trump. Okay, that's not necessarily true. I know many people will bring up that argument again. I can't say for sure. We have to wait and see the margins. So scroll up. Okay, actually, fine, just increases margin. But, okay, I have to scroll up and down. Okay, sorry. But, okay, I'm gonna have to see how much it goes. This may determine, not determine, of course. This may give us some sort of insight on how people see the Trump presidency, but I wouldn't really like talk about that much because this is a special election. This is not a presidential election. This is the U.S. House District special election in Florida. This is not between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. This is between Patronis and Valimont. Of course, it can be a result somewhat of the presidency, but please don't think that just because stuff happened doesn't mean it's the end of the world. If Escambia flips blue, that can raise up some red signs. But besides that, of course, that it could be somewhat of a bad sign, I guess, but I wouldn't worry a whole lot about that. But again, I can't really say much right now because we still got some votes left. It's still kind of scary, though, seeing Escambia blue. It's usually the more blue side of this district, but that doesn't mean it goes blue. District 6, Patronis is, fine. Leading, he's pushing up to 12. He'll probably hit at least 12. Red signs. I haven't heard that one before. Yellow signs, okay, I'm sorry. Yellow signs, I guess. You get the point. Red signs, yellow signs. Yeah, you get the point. Whatever you want to say. Red signs, yellow signs. I think you get the idea. But yeah, if Escambia does flip blue, that can raise up some. Okay, whatever you want to call it, red, yellow, whatever. So, at least in my opinion. So yeah, These two counties, and credits to Florida. Credits to Florida for counting these pretty fast. Credits to Florida. Unlike some states, but yeah, we are not entirely done, but we're pretty much we got most of the votes in. So Wisconsin comes in 35 minutes, I think. So we'll be up. We'll definitely be up. If y'all, have any questions, let me know. We could definitely discuss stuff like that. So, yeah, again, I'm just playing the waiting game right now, seeing anything changes. If you're thinking maybe a Democrat can flip a seat, well, first of all, that's not going to happen because New York Times already projected it. And number two, it's more, I think I've said this many times, but again, we're just basically seeing if Republicans can get their margins. Republicans should get all of these counties. Like, this blue circle should be a red circle, at least when when all the votes have been done. So yeah, it's pretty sad in that case if Escambia stays blue. uh, if y'all are new to the live stream, welcome. Thank you for joining. Y'all could tell me. We could discuss in the chat. We do have a super chat goal. We appreciate it. But tell me what y'all think in the chat, discussions you have. Thank you so much for joining. Like, share with your friends. Maybe they're interested. If you're thinking, well, these are just spring elections, yes, that's true. It's not a midterm. It's not a Senate race. It's not like that. It's not a presidential race. But, excuse me, it is kind of important because we can have a general idea how people are thinking right now, how the political atmosphere is right now. Excuse me. It's kind of like a test, kind of like a quiz, but the political quiz, if you know what I mean. So yeah. What? I mean, we still we have like 33 minutes left. But yeah, it's pretty. Um, Please tell me what y'all think on the chat test quiz. That sounds like school to me. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. If in the political atmosphere, Republicans could have some sort of test or a quiz, because what I'm saying is, of course, this is not entirely true, but of course, when you have an incumbent party and there's a special election, there can be some application to test whether or not the people, of course, approve somewhat of. I know it's a bad example, but I think you get the point. Yeah. So we're just waiting for more votes to come in. 32 minutes. You gotta wait. It's an election, so. Putnam got a lot of its votes in. Marion. So Marion has the least amount of votes in. Just waiting. Y'all have any comments or anything? Yeah, it's waiting, right? That's how elections are. Maybe we could go over. So, if y'all are thinking of, I can't believe Florida still voted in more Republicans. So, I'm not entirely. What could you clarify what you meant? I can't believe Florida still voted in more. Okay, maybe you're saying you can't believe Florida voted more Republican or voted for Republicans. Well, I mean, these two are Republican districts. I mean, if Democrats won these, I mean, that's phenomenal for them. Um, so if you mean you can't believe they voted Republican? That's pretty much expected, to be honest. To be frank, if you're meaning you can't believe that it didn't vote that much for Republicans, that's pretty surprising, kind of too. But not entirely when considering all the factors, the polls and stuff. So it appears to be that we got nearly all the votes in. Fine had won. Of course, it's been like that for a while now. My prediction was Fine would win with 10 points, but it appears to be he's winning by like 13.7. I guess that's still considered the likely category. So that's like what, 3.7 off. But we'll see how first district goes. Oh, we got 94% of the vote in. This is pretty surprising. Republicans should be getting more votes. Right now, they're not really doing that. 14 points right now is not that good. I think it will increase. I definitely do think it will increase, but the fact that Republicans are only leading with 14 points with 93% of the vote, that's not that good. Escambia, I love how Escambia just excuse me. Yeah, I mean, we're basically waiting on Escambia at this point. Crawford just shot up to 92% on Polymarket. Probably hyped due to Blue Escambia. Oh, they did? She did? Well, 90. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, Escambia turning blue? I mean, that's crazy. What do y'all think? Do you think Escambia will stay blue? Will it flip blue? Will it flip blue? Because technically it's a red county. Will it stay red? However you look at it, whatever. Do y'all think it'll go blue or red? Tell me what y'all think on the chat. Because we don't know if it's a blue Escambia just yet, according to New York Times. But it's not looking that good. At least right now. I mean, I don't know. 10% of the vote, but in general, this district is not that good in my opinion. But we'll see. Oh, yeah. Crawford is skyrocketing. So the main election will come in like 27 minutes. Thank y'all so much again for staying live with me. Really do appreciate it. Tell me what y'all think on the chat. We got a lot of time ahead of us. Share with your friends. Maybe they're interested in seeing the election results, because I know these aren't some midterms or presidential or anything. It's definitely not that. However, these are important and maybe dictating, the political atmosphere and how people are thinking of Trump and stuff like that. With 90% in and a 5-point gap, Escambia seems likely blue. It's very sad. We'll see. 3,000 vote gap, 90% in. So, that means like there's 6,300 more votes in, and he has to get I don't know. I can't say if Valimont will win. Um, but it's not in general. This district is not looking that good. No, for me it isn't. So you don't think that'll go blue? Makes sense. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. So the first election we were covering for at least a little. Again, I'm sorry for starting late, but we went over a bit. But this was the first one in general. The votes are nearly all the way in. Republicans got around I'm sorry, 13 to 14 or so percent of vote in or vote over um the Josh Will, um which is lower than their 2024 election number. Now, again, I said this many times, just because the special election is going opposite for party, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go terrible for the other party, because y'all can actually look at Wisconsin. Um, in the year 2023, Democrats did phenomenal in an election there. They actually won the Supreme Court election by around 11. If you don't believe me, you can. I mean, you don't have to. You can search it up if you want. If you don't believe me, it's actually really true. They got like 11, 12, I don't know. It's above 10, I think. And in 2024, they ended up winning Wisconsin. Republicans, or at least Donald Trump did. So, special elections, yeah, I guess they do matter, but they don't dictate the future of elections in general, because you have to consider aspects like turnout, the party, the candidate, etc. But a blue Escambia, on the other hand, is weird. I think, yeah, we got some more people to live stream. Y'all may have seen Escambia is going blue right now. Um, um, yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. But if it does remain blue, that's not good. Again, tell me what y'all think in the chat. Our goal is expiring soon. Can make another one of those. Share with your friends if you think they'll be interested. I mean, maybe they would. But yeah. So Walton is nearly in. Okaloosa, if that's right, is nearly in. Santa Rosa is nearly in. So basically, we're just looking at Escambia right now. Hopefully it's not torture. Hopefully that's not the reasoning. Of course it's not. But again, I can't say for sure if it will go blue. Just because with 90% of the voting it's going blue doesn't mean it will stay blue. Is it an indicator? Potentially. I'm not going to deny that. We'll see. We'll definitely see. So I started some goal. But yeah. So I'm sorry. 95% of the votes in, more than that. And fine one with around 14. Oh my goodness. That is pretty low. I predicted like 23. Wow. I don't know what to say. Alright. This is... I don't know what to say about that. So Republicans apparently did better in the 6th district compared to the 1st in my prediction. But I think Democrats overperformed in the 1st district. At least compared to my prediction. Very big shocker though. Very big shocker. What did y'all think? Did y'all think Patronis would win with 14? I mean, I'm pretty sure many of y'all thought it would be higher than that, right? And I'm pretty sure Democrats performed in general in this election in general. Again, it's a special election. So it doesn't matter a whole lot. What will matter a whole lot, well, not a whole lot, but a lot, is the Mitten State. Or is it Michigan? What do y'all think? So Poly Market, it has a 93% chance for for Crawford. Escambia just came in. Let's take a look at that. But yeah, what I was saying, Crawford is still winning, maybe because of the hype of a blue Escambia. Just to finish what I said there. There y'all have it. We got a blue Escambia, guys. So crazy. We got more than, yeah, thank you for letting me know that. More than 95% in. Excuse me. Valimont's got like, if I'm pronouncing that right, Valimont got like 51% of the vote. Patronis got like 48. Yeah, this was a shocker, at least to me. I'm pretty sure Republicans didn't do as good in this election. Pretty sure that Democrats actually overperformed. Could you blame that on turnout? Potentially. I think that's the reason. But I would say the real test comes with Wisconsin. We gotta wait like 19 more minutes to spare on. And then we'll get results from the Mitten State. Is it the Mitten State? Okay, whatever. It doesn't really matter that much. Okay, but yeah, if y'all just came in, the big shocker is a blue Escambia. It's probably gonna stay blue because more than 95% of votes in. But yeah, Escambia going blue, that's pretty shocking. Flipping a plus 19 Trump County is definitely an accomplishment. So if we go there, well, and this is a Gates plus 14 county, but in the presidential level, this is a sorry. Yeah, Trump plus 19 county, and that's swung by like what? How many points? 22 for Democrats. Wow, that is pretty big. I have to admit that. So we need 22 points for the left is pretty big. Of course, you do have to consider factors though, like that was Trump in a presidential red wave year versus a special election when Trump is the incumbent. But still, a 22-point swing is pretty big. So if y'all are new again, y'all know the drill. So y'all could say what y'all think in the chat. There's a goal. Just in case you're new or rather, you hear me. Like, share with your friends. Yeah. So right now we have to wait 17 more minutes. Okay, we got some more votes in. Hopefully at least flips to being a solid district. It's at 15 or higher. Sorry. But yeah. So we're just basically gonna wait more on Wisconsin right now. What to watch? Let's see what they're saying. Will Elon Musk's millions pay off? What do y'all think? Is Democratic energy finally here? Is it? What do y'all think? I'll be right back. Give me 1 moment. Just bear with me. Just give me like 1 minute. All right, sorry guys. So yeah, some interesting comments. Are Democrats really competitive in Florida? Is must to feature our elections. Okay, these are some questionable topics. Okay, what do y'all think though? Well, I mean, just because of one special election, does that mean Democratic energy is here? Maybe it could show evidence. I mean, in 2021, technically Glenn Youngkin won there. And look what happened in 2022. It did not go so well for Republicans. Of course, that can be because of other reasons, but still. Does Elon Musk dictate elections? Okay, that was one of those questions. No, I don't think so. Of course, it could impact, but it doesn't fully dictate it. I think that's obvious. Of course, he can definitely support a candidate, and that could definitely help, but of course, he does not dictate an election. Of course, his funding or giving away money can definitely help. So sorry. So, as y'all can see, the countdown here for when do polls close. Wisconsin. This is going to be the big one we're looking at. Sorry. So yeah, before we actually get our results, I just want to show y'all what to really look for in Wisconsin. So Wisconsin is a state Trump won with less than a point, believe it or not, 2024. And basically, one thing Republicans, I'll kind of zoom in here on the map. So traditionally, Republicans generally get like these counties. I'm pretty sure these are what's called the wall counties. So these counties have a bit populated density or dense population, if you get what I mean. And as you can see, I think you can maybe see a size of lead. So compared to the rest of rural Wisconsin, generally these areas have more votes, and these I'm pretty sure are more suburban. Now, Trump also helped Republicans to get more votes in rural Wisconsin. In addition, well, not gonna say addition, but he helped rural. However, I don't remember from the top of my head. Well, he may have helped in Kenosha, but I mean, compared to earlier, did Waukesha trend blue? Well, Wisconsin as a state did of course shift red, but yeah. So, anyways, what I'm gonna say is that when we consider the Supreme Court elections, you're gonna really have to check out the wild counties. See how they go. Did Trump shift it more red? I don't remember from the top of my head. But what I can't, maybe not, but what I can tell you is he definitely helped Wisconsin as a whole and rural. I find how Wisconsin was the closest. It's pretty weird how Wisconsin was the closest out of the three Rust Belt states. But when you think about it, it kind of makes sense, because in Pennsylvania, first of all, you have Elon Musk there giving checks. You second have that enthusiasm side Trump. If you saw during the election season, John Fetterman was there, and he was saying you can really tell that the enthusiasm was really behind Donald Trump. So in Pennsylvania, and plus you got the Amish people, which really helped Trump. They don't usually vote in elections, but that time they voted, I believe, and Trump won with like nearly 2. Michigan, you have I forgot. I don't. Dearborn, yeah, it was called Dearborn, I think. That shifted red, I believe. With conflicts and the Israel Hamas war. I'm pretty sure that inspired them anti-war, and that helped them in general. And believe it or not, Trump actually lost Kent County. this is a traditional Republican county, but he won Muskegon, and I'm pretty sure he actually did better in Detroit in the areas, and he won with like 1.4. And then in Wisconsin, of course, I'm sorry. And then in Wisconsin, of course, it was the closest. Yeah. Uh, does that answer your question though? Well, that wasn't a question. Never mind. Is Wisconsin the Florida of the Midwest, or is that Ohio? I'm sorry for my cough. Probably Ohio. To be honest, you probably heard many people saying Wisconsin is trending red. I think that's very subjective. I think you could see either way because in general, Wisconsin is a state. I mean, if you look at past elections, Trump and Ron Johnson, I'm pretty sure, at least in the main elections, were the only Republicans who won those states, or the state of Wisconsin. So if we're calling it the Florida Midwest, first of all, if we're saying Florida, that means a radical shift to the Republicans. So probably not Wisconsin. Maybe it's trending red, maybe. Even though I'm not quite sure about that. But it would definitely be Ohio. 2016, you had a massive shift, and that trend kind of continued. Yes, Sherrod Brown won 2018, but still, Trump won a huge amount 2024. And yeah, so, yeah, I would say, of course, I think Florida is more strongly red than Ohio, to be honest. But if we're saying it vaguely or in terms of, in a general sense, I would say that it would be Ohio, not Wisconsin. If I had to choose between those two. So, does that answer your question? So, do you think Pennsylvania will be next? And okay, I think Pennsylvania could be a candidate for a state that's shifting red, but I don't think it would be the next Florida, because when you say Florida, you're talking about Trump plus 3 to Trump plus 13. And DeSantis plus like what 0. I don't know the margin, but it was very low to DeSantis plus 20. That's if you compare 2018, 2022. It's very interesting. Y'all should probably look at that. Compare the 2018 Florida election versus the 2022 Florida election in terms of the governorship. It's very interesting how much it shifted. Of course, that's because of Latinos, stuff like that. When you're talking about Pennsylvania, I do think the state in general is trending red. That's at least what I think right now. Not at the same rate as Florida, but I do think it's a state of, just repeating myself, trending red. Of course, 2024 was a year which turnout was very high, especially in the Amish area, which I think is somewhere here, maybe here. And I'm pretty sure the Amish don't even vote, but they voted here. In this election. But yeah. Does that answer your question? So we have 5 minutes 27 seconds. To get our first results. So if y'all are new, thank you so much for joining. Really do appreciate it. Share it with your friends. See what they think. This is an interactive live stream. We do have a goal right now, a super chat goal. Donate how much you want from there. Be appreciated. Y'all can tell me what y'all think in the chat. We'd be happy to answer. And for those who just joined, to give y'all an update. So far, the biggest surprise was a blue Escambia. This was a county Republicans actually won for a while now, I believe. At least that's what I think. Um, Trump won this county by like, I think more than 20, I think. Gates won up by like 14, 12 or something, but still, a blue Escambia is crazy. Maybe it could show something about, you know, the political atmosphere right now, how people see Trump. Or maybe it could show the Democratic energy, Democratic their turnout, such. Tell me y'all think in the chat. Yeah, what do y'all think in the chat so far? I mean, we pretty much have all the votes in. Not all the votes, let me get the point. Oh, and shout out to Florida for, you know, doing all these votes. I mean, pretty fast. Not all states will do this. I mean, so gotta give Florida credit, right? So, what do y'all think, though? Do y'all, well, I mean, because of these elections, what conclusions can y'all make from this? But yeah. So, Poly Market's having 93, I think. Yeah, or 94. Yeah, so it's probably Crawford, or 93, whatever. Remember, people are betting money on this. So I would hope they're not wasting their money and they're actually predicting this with accuracy in general. But yeah. So, election results from Wisconsin should come anytime now. So, just in case y'all didn't know that, there's also 2 other elections I didn't realize. We could also monitor that. Voter ID requirement. Voters decide whether to amend the Wisconsin Constitution, blah, blah, blah. This will, in general, probably help Republicans in elections, in short. And then you have a superintendent of public instruction. And I want y'all to note that technically, Brad Scimel, is it Scimel or Scimel? I'm sorry for not pronouncing that right if I'm not. And Susan Crawford, as well as Jill Underly and Brittany Kinzer. They're not technically part of a party, but they are supported. They're aligned to a party. Kinzer's for Republicans, Underly's for Democrats, Crawford's for Democrats, and Scimel, I think it's Scimel, is for Republicans. So we should have our results anytime now, at least in this amount of time. Should be pretty soon. Again, thank y'all so much for staying up, for staying in the live stream. If y'all have anything, y'all can say in the chat. Just do a super chat if y'all want. Appreciate it. But yeah. So we have like 45 seconds before we get results from Wisconsin. This will be the biggest, in my opinion. This will be, well, we can read here. Wisconsin voters will choose a new state Supreme Court justice in election that will determine whether liberals retain a 4-3 majority or whether conservatives take control of the state's judiciary. So, basically what this is meaning is this is a chance for Republicans to take control, and by taking control, you know, they could really do stuff and prevent gerrymandering to combine, well, not say gerrymandering, but just combining 2 Republican districts into one. Well, at least I'll just read the first paragraph. But, yeah. So, polls have closed. Polls have closed right now. So, we should get any results actually any moment now. What y'all think? Y'all think Crawford will win? My prediction was Crawford would win with 4.73. I think that's a reasonable prediction. What do y'all think? You think Crawford will win? If Crawford does win, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But the question is by how much. If Republicans can limit that margin, that's great. If they can flip it, that'll be even more great. But yeah. And yeah. The thing is, though, that Milwaukee may take a while for their votes in, which they probably will. That's true. So I don't know if I can stay up. I definitely can't stay up for all the final rules, and that's impossible. But we could probably stay up for a big chunk of it. You know, get the idea. But yeah. So no votes in yet. Typical Wisconsin. Let me check the others. Yeah, no, nothing. So, yeah, formerly people counted as Florida. Formerly. Oh well. Any results in the... Yeah, I mean, these are pretty stagnant now. Basically, Patronis plus 15 and Fine plus 14, which is pretty weird how they nearly tied their margins. At least if you ask me. Because you would have expected that the first district would go more Republican than the 6th. This is, in general, a more Republican district. It's kind of vague, but that's the honest truth. But, again, biggest shocker is Escambia. It's not that cold in Wisconsin. Probably won't be any burst. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. So there can't be any excuses, I guess, then, right? Or at least any, you know. So, I mean, I don't know. They still haven't got any votes in yet. Maybe there's a burst pipe somewhere. I'm joking. It's literally April. April Fools. I'm joking. Whatever. What if Escambia was actually red, but it was April Fools, so they put blue? What do y'all think? Okay, of course, that's
Maybe
not true.
there's a burst pipe somewhere. I'm joking.
Sorry, let's fix this.
April Fools.
Okay.
Joking.
Yeah. Again, Escambia.
What if Escambia was actually red, but it was April Fool's?
Just waiting for Wisconsin at this point now.
Okay, of course, that's not true.
Who knows how long it'll take?
Sorry, let's fix this. April Fools.
Okay. Yeah. Again, Escambia.
What if Escambia was actually red, but
so
it was
yeah,
April Fool's?
just waiting for Wisconsin at this point. If you are new to the channel or returning, who knows how long it'll take. I haven't done much live streams in a while. I think the last time I did it was I think it was in the 2022 midterms. So yeah, so it's been a while.
Just waiting for Wisconsin at this point.
If you are new to the channel or returning, who knows how long it'll take. I haven't done much live streams. So I'm gonna try to do more live streams here on out.
The last time I did it,
that's the goal.
Was
but yeah, I mean,
I think it was in the 2022 midterms. So yeah,
you're doubling up. What do you mean by that?
If you are new to the channel or returning, who knows how long I haven't done much live streams.
So I'm gonna try to do more live streams here on out.
The last time I did it,
that's the
goal. Was
But yeah,
Is there a display problem?
I think it was in the 2022 midterms. So yeah, you were doubling up. What do you mean by that?
Just go for it now.
Who knows? But yeah, I mean, what I'm gonna say though is, I'm gonna try to do more live streams in the future. I don't know if anytime soon, but I know there's one in November. Those are the New Jersey and Virginia.
Just go for it now.
I think.
But yeah,
I mean, what I'm gonna
oh,
say
do I
though
have
is,
my midterm?
I'm gonna try to do more live streams in the future. I don't know if anytime
Wait, what do you
soon,
mean?
but I know there's one in November. Those are the New Jersey and Virginia.
Sorry. Oh, thank you. $2.
What I'm gonna
Oh,
say
do I
though
have
is,
my
I'm
midterm?
gonna try to do more live streams in the future.
Okay, I think it's a problem with the audio. Give me one moment to try to fix it. Just bear with me, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. Oh, thank you. $2. Oh, do I have my midterm?
I'm gonna try to do more live streams in the future.
Okay, I think it's a problem with the audio. Give me one moment to try to fix it. Just bear with me, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. Oh, thank you. $2. Oh, do I have my midterm? Okay, I think it's a problem with the audio. Give me one moment to try to fix it. Just bear with me, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. Oh, thank you. $2.
How is it now, guys? Is it fine?
It's a problem with the audio. Give me
Let me know if it's fine now.
Just bear with me, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience. Oh,
Is it
thank
good?
you.
How is it now, guys?
Oh, but thank you for the $2 donation. Really appreciate it.
Is it fine? Let me know if it's fine now. Still hear me multiple times? Okay, I don't know why that's happening. Okay, we're good. We still hear you in... still hear me in my
Oh,
stream.
but thank you for the $2 donation.
Alright,
Is it fine?
okay, give me just like a moment or two. Again, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience, guys. I'll try to have this recovered as soon as possible.
Okay, I don't know why that's happening. Okay, we're good. We still hear you in...
still hear me in my
Oh,
stream.
but thank you for the $2 donation.
Alright, now is it better? Maybe? Is it still doubling up? Is it? It still is? Okay, hold on. One moment. Alright, can y'all hear me better now? Is it fine? If it's not, please let me know. Can y'all hear me? Okay, you said all clear, but I just want to double check. Is it fine? It's better? What does that mean? Is it good or much better? So we're fine? Is it better as before? All clear, good? Okay. Alright, well. Okay. So, some people left. Hopefully they were joined back. Alright. Alright, so we got some results. Okay, we'll look at these one by one. First, let's start. I mean, these are only like 1,428. Thank God we got that resolved. Um, Thank you for letting me know. DJ and Graham. Okay, so right now we have 1,428 votes reported. That's of course less than half. This is in Waukesha. I can't really say anything right now, much, but we can say something about voter ID requirement. Um, okay, can y'all hear me properly? I think I did something different. Can y'all still hear me properly? I may have done an audio change or something like that. We're good. One of the Wow counties. I think it's. I think I meant to say Wow. I don't know how to. I mean, it's a Wow. Wow. I don't know. Whatever. Um. So. It appears to be that in the voter ID question, that's overperforming the most. I think so. So far, people want voter ID, which is good for Republicans, I'd say. Did anything change? Oh, Crawford dropped to 91. Okay, it's still 91. It's still 91. You're really quiet. Oh boy. Uh, how about now? Am I really quiet now? If I am, please let me know. Hello? Am I still very quiet? Can you hear me? Hello? So, okay, we got some more votes in Waukesha. Okay, so we got some more votes in Waukesha, and La Crosse came in, 7% of vote. La Crosse is blue, so, but the question is by how much? Um, okay, so, somewhat less quiet, you're really quiet, less quiet. Okay, I'll come close to the camera, I guess. And maybe speak louder or whatever. Okay. Voter ID looks like it's leading Scimel by 10 points. Do you predict it will win? To be honest, I haven't looked much into this. Well, I haven't really looked into this. I only looked into the state Supreme Court. But what I'm seeing right now is I think there's a very good chance. I mean, okay, I can't really say anything actually. It's only 1%. But since it's leading by 10 points, that actually looks pretty good. So I think there's some good signs right now. But right now for La Crosse, we can go to the state of Wisconsin, compare it. 2020. So La Crosse is right now. Not right now. Trump. I mean, Kamala Harris got 54. Trump got 45. And right now, Crawford's getting 57. Scimel is getting 43. 7% of the votes in. So, can't really make much conclusions. Waukesha, let's check there. Okay, pretty good. Waukesha has been pretty good right now for Scimel. So, I think we're fine right for now. Kinsler is overperforming Crawford right now. So right now the best one is right now in voter ID requirement. So yeah. interested to see how Ozaki looks. Yeah. Ozaki, I think, is one of the Weil counties. So, I mean, basically around here, to be honest, these are going to be pretty important when, like, seeing, like, around here, this is going to be very important, seeing, Madison, Milwaukee, yeah. That's more the Democrat side. Um, Republicans should be really focusing on getting up their margins around Milwaukee. Kenosha just went blue. Okay. Just to continue my point, um, Democrats, their main objective is to get as much votes in Madison and Milwaukee, whereas Republicans should be more focused on getting more votes in Ozaukee, Washington, Racine, and Kenosha. Right now, they're losing Kenosha. They should be winning Kenosha if they want to win Wisconsin. Um, right now, Kinzer is winning Kenosha. And the Republicans really need to win Kenosha if they want to win the election. I mean, 2024, Trump won Kenosha by 6 points, and he won with less than 1 point. So if we're talking about winning Wisconsin, I mean, that's a need. You need Kenosha if you want to win Wisconsin. So, and of course, you want to make sure that you limit your votes in Dane and Milwaukee. That is basically where Madison and Milwaukee is. But yeah. So, just 2% of the votes in. We still got to see. But right now, the voter ID requirement question is actually looking pretty good. Let me just start another goal. Okay, start another goal. Alright, there's a super chat goal. If y'all want, you can do that. Appreciate it. But again, I really appreciate all of y'all's support, even by just staying here. But of course, it helps. Okay. Does Kenosha not remember being set on fire in 2020? Apparently not. But again, you're gonna have to wait and see if it'll probably go back red. I can't say that, but I think it will. But okay, we got some votes from Dane. This county I'm pretty sure is a red. Is it red? I think it's red. Yeah, Winnebago. Okay, I'm definitely not pronouncing that right, but Winnebago, however you want to pronounce it. This is where Oshkosh is. Republicans should try to get as much as votes. I mean, they should get these counties, but if Crawford gets these counties, that's pretty bad for Scimel. Madison or Dane got some votes in. Scimel is not actually doing that bad in Madison right now, or Dane, whatever you want to call it. We gotta see though. Okay, so Waukesha actually has 22% of the vote in. She has 38. So she's not doing as good as Kamala Harris right now. So I'd say I think Scimel. I think Scimel is currently doing better than Trump actually in Wisconsin. Winnebago. Okay, thank you. I'll keep that in mind. So Winnebago, is currently having Crawford in the lead. Waukesha, whatever. So again, we got some more votes in. 4% of the votes in. And yeah, Crawford is still trailing Scimel. But the thing is, Milwaukee doesn't even have any of its votes in. Excuse me. And in the Democratic grand scheme of things, they capitalize on Dane and Milwaukee at the end of the day. That's just how Democrats do elections. I mean, but yeah, you gotta see. I don't think he's gonna get it right. Okay, give me one more try. if I come back to that. Okay, so okay, I'm not gonna try on that. Okay, Fond du Lac. Okay, it doesn't really. Okay, never mind. So, Republicans are actually. Okay, I know it's not a Republican versus Democrat question. It's more of a yes or no question. If you're saying yes, that's saying you're supporting Republicans technically, because I'm pretty sure. Yes, I mean yes, Republicans would support voter ID requirement. I think that's common sense. So right now, Republicans, I mean people of Wisconsin are pretty much supporting, at least with 4% of voters. Um, voter ID requirement, or at least something like that, which is good for Republicans in elections. It really is. For the superintendent election, when compared to the state Supreme Court, Republicans are for overperforming, at least in the state Supreme Court. But what's kind of weird is that Winnebago is currently having a Democrat in the lead. This may be because of early votes, so you can't really jump to a conclusion. And boom, Susan Crawford just got the lead. Like I said earlier, this may be because of early votes. Kenosha, Scimel is winning. And this is actually a very interesting county. It's called Door County. This was a county in presidential elections that often dictated the winner. Something like that. But Trump actually lost Door, kind of breaking that stake. Something like that. I don't know exactly off the top of my head. Whatever. But yeah. So I'm assuming these are mainly early votes that are coming in. We don't even have Milwaukee votes in yet, so Republicans got to brace for that. La Crosse is still going right now for Susan Crawford. Vernon, I think it's Vernon. Scimel is winning there, but of course these are barely any votes in. Ozaukee is right now going for Crawford. It's only 14% of the vote, but if Democrats do manage on getting Ozaukee, that is not good. In fact, if Ozaukee does flip blue, I do think you could raise up a good argument that Wisconsin just maybe is trending blue. And if y'all are new to the live stream, well, welcome. Tell me what y'all think in the comments, questions we can discuss about stuff. There is a super chat, some gold if y'all want. It's appreciated, and make sure you like, share it with your friends. Yeah. So right now Wisconsin is pretty tight, but Republicans really have to brace for votes in Dane and Milwaukee, because these are pretty big population centers in Wisconsin. In the voter ID requirement question, right now, yes is leading pretty big. Winnebago is currently yes, whereas in the other elections, it's going for the Democratic aligned candidate. Will Crawford County go for Crawford? I gotta find that county. Okay, maybe we'll see later on. I'll get back to that. I'm sorry, I do not know Crawford County from the top of my head. Okay, maybe we'll come back to that. Okay, whatever. Okay, so it's getting pretty tight right now, as it should be, because we don't even have Milwaukee in yet. It's pretty tight again. Yes is winning. Kinzer is winning. So right now, the person who's doing the worst is Brad Scimel. But he just took the lead, but he's still doing the worst. But, I mean, he has to be leading right now, again. We still have much more votes left in Milwaukee. Crawford is directly south of Vernon. Actually, it may go blue. It went blue in the Supreme Court race in 2023. And I actually did predict it would go blue. You can check out my other video. I think it did go blue in my prediction. Yeah. Oh my goodness, we had just had a big vote increase for Crawford. Probably from Dane. Yes is still winning. However, Underly took the lead. Um, just we need a brace for Milwaukee. All right. Door is voting yes. So Dane's at 19% in, so still have a lot more votes in. Let's look at Poly Market. What are they saying? Crawford, 95% chance. 94. 95. Okay. We'll see. I mean, Crawford does have a pretty big lead, and we're not even starting to count Milwaukee. Of course, this may be the early vote. So, if you're new, we got. Thank you so much for joining. I think we got some more people in the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us. So, if y'all have any questions, discussions y'all want me to talk about, feel free to say in the chat. I mean, we have a super chat goal if you want to check that out. Greatly appreciated. Make sure you like, share with your friends, and yeah. So just to get y'all updated, if you do not know about Florida, in the 6th district, Republicans won. However, in the 1st, they did win, but there was a surprise. That was in Escambia. This, in general, votes Republican, but flipped, at least with more than 95% of the vote, and that is a shocker. If we go to the turnout, Republicans did better in the election day vote, but still not as good as 2024 in the whole elections. So now we're just mainly looking at Wisconsin now. It's pretty much, I think, looking like the yes will win. Of course, you gotta see. Waukesha is looking very good for Republicans, at least in the question. So it's probably looking like it'll be a yes, at least right now, I think. The public instruction superintendent's looking pretty tight. The state Supreme Court, it's kind of tough right now for Scimel, but I think one hope for Republicans could be is maybe these are early votes. But what's still very, very, very kind of like for Scimel right now is we're not even at 20% in Dade right now. And we don't even have votes yet for Milwaukee, and he's still losing. Of course, we didn't have all these counties in yet, but still, Scimel needs to win in Ozaukee and Kenosha as soon as possible. If Ozaukee flips blue, that's pretty bad. And trust me, it's pretty bad. Of course, it may be early votes again, but still, we'll see. So at this point, we're just waiting. There aren't more any polls closed, I think. Oh, and there's some Court of Appeals election. I mean, they're all uncontested, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, and if y'all are curious for the size of lead, one of the things why it really matters is around Milwaukee. Republicans can really capitalize on those votes around. Of course, we don't have much votes in the Dane, but still, not thinking about it, you don't have much votes, but still the similar idea still applies. The game plan is Republicans get as much as votes as they can around Milwaukee and rural Wisconsin. But praying for a MAGA victory. Yeah, exactly. So we won Florida, but again, there was a surprise in Escambia County. We'll see how it goes, though. Poly Market is saying Crawford, 97% Crawford. I mean, Schimel's just getting obliterated right now. Kind of feel bad. 14 or so, 15% of votes in the state Supreme Court. Ozaki is still blue. Wakasha is red, but he's not getting the numbers he needs to. At least I think. Yeah. Trump won. Actually, no, he's getting the numbers he needs to. Oh gosh, I take that back. Sorry. I think he is. Well, he's doing just on par with Trump right now. So we got some votes in from Greene County. I believe this went blue. Yeah, it went blue in 2024. Yeah. Gotta wait and see. Winnebago is going blue right now, which is not that good. Hopefully it's just early votes right now then in that case. Milwaukee still doesn't have any votes in. I did predict Crawford will win by like 4 point something. We'll see. Hopefully Scimel wins, but it's not looking that good. Honestly, yeah, it does not look that good. But in the question, it looks pretty good. They're literally winning Greene County. They're upping their margins in general in Ozaki, like in the Weil counties. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for Milwaukee. And Crawford's really winning. That's pretty bad for Scimel because Scimel right now should be upping up his margins because, of course, I think y'all have had experience in 2020 where Democrats started to pour in votes towards the end, which came from population centers such as Milwaukee. And the thing is, that hasn't even came in yet, and Crawford's leading with 11. That's pretty a lot to digest. And one thing is Republicans really need to try to get Ozaki because this will bite them in the leg in future elections if Ozaki does remain blue or if it does go blue, because if it goes blue that will really impact future elections as their base, well at least their traditional base in Wisconsin may go down. So we got some more votes in. So Crawford's still in the lead. I got a bit more close. Scimel going a bit more up, but still, yes, looking good. Superintendent Public Instruction looking pretty tight, but Underly is in the lead. Y'all have any questions or something? Discussion? But yeah, okay. Got a bit more closer. Scimel should be trying to push up as much as he can. Tight? Okay, I don't know if it's even tight right now. The only thing that's tight you can make arguments about is the superintendent public instruction. But that's not even that tight. It's not really tight. It's okay, I don't know about the superintendent election. I actually haven't really looked into this. I know about state Supreme Court. That's not really tight. It's not tight. That's the honest truth. It's not tight. Democrats are doing very good. They're doing very good. If I were a Republican, I would try to make sure, like, out of all these counties, I would, like, make sure Ozaki does not flip blue. Because if Ozaki flips blue, I said this earlier, but I'll say it again, it'll bite you in the leg. Because these counties around Milwaukee are counties that really kept Republican ambitions in Wisconsin. And you literally, oh my goodness, 58, yeah, I told you. Milwaukee, wait, what? 61% voted? Wow, okay. Well, I mean, see, Milwaukee literally just blew off the map. That's why I said Scimel has to brace. And now look what happened. I have faith that Americans and legal U.S. citizens are sick and tired of playing the victim card. So, I mean, apparently, it's just very sad that even after all that and stuff, it's really going blue. Well, not really blue, just a line by blue. It's very sad. But hopefully, but let's see if that election confirms that though. Kenosha still going blue, but I think in general these are early votes, but still, these should be going, to have any hope, at least. Superintendent election, not that close, but, yeah, if y'all have any questions, let me know in the chat. I don't think I've said this yet, but make sure y'all do subscribe if y'all want more videos. I hope to do more live streams in the future. If y'all do enjoy my commentary, I mean, it's not even my commentary. I would really, if y'all really comment in the chat, I'd be more than happy to answer, to discuss. And yeah, I do election predictions, election nights, stuff like that. Analyze political stuff. And yeah, if y'all are interested, I would recommend that you do subscribe. It also really helps the channel. You don't realize how much a click of a button could do. Who are you projecting to win? Okay, it's not really a projection, but I think, and I predicted that Crawford would win, and it's looking like that. I'm not going to project it just yet, but I'm nearly confident. Did it? Thank you so much, Jordan Coleman Show. You didn't, Poland, dude. You don't know how much it really matters. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Yeah. But yeah, you said who do I project to win? It's not really a projection per se, but it's very, very looking like it'll go. The only thing bad about live streams is the closed captions functioning. It doesn't work for those having hard of hearing. Oh, do the captions not work? Does it work in other videos? Maybe, but I'll keep that in mind next time. If I don't know if that's on my end, but okay, will this be an indictment of Trump? And what do you mean by? Do you mean will it be a bad look on Trump? Could you clarify what you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I mean, of course it won't be an actual indictment, but what do you mean by, you mean something else? If you could clarify that, that'd be great. Okay, so, Sock is going blue. Crawford is going blue right now. Richland is going blue right now. It's kind of like the blue collage, this area. If it goes blue, that's kind of, okay, never mind, whatever. Waukesha is getting a bit more close. Will this be a reflection of how voters, feel about the Trump administration? So, I think, in a sense, but I don't think it will be much about that. I mean, in 2023, there was a Wisconsin Supreme Court race. Yes, Biden was the president, but Trump ended up winning Wisconsin, even though the Supreme Court race voted like 12 or 13 points for the Democrat-aligned candidate, Janet Protasiewicz. You can look at that in 2023's Wisconsin Supreme Court race. So, will it be a reflection of how voters feel? In a sense, I mean, I do think people will, first of all, the mainstream media will go crazy tomorrow. Mark my words, they'll say, oh my goodness, Trump is doing bad. Voters think Trump is doing bad. And I think people are really going to over-exaggerate that fact way too much. Maybe it could do a little, but I don't think it'll do that much. But of course, to some degree it would. if that makes sense. Does that answer your question? But yeah. No votes in Racine yet. At least in the Supreme Court race. It's looking like a mixed map, at least somewhat. Winnebago is still blue. This was a county Trump won. Republicans are just not getting their margins they need right now. Yeah, it's not looking good. Yeah, no problem. Looking at the margins, I think it's over. Crawford won. I think Crawford will win. I'm not gonna project it just yet because, but yeah, I think Crawford will win. I think it's obvious. Polymarket's at what, like 100% chance? That's crazy. Crawford, 100% chance. Polymarket. That's But yeah, I think this will really cause many people to, think about maybe people will probably reflect. Dane is the only county saying no to voter ID. Yeah, I mean, I think I know why. I think you know why. Voter ID card for yes. Yeah, that's great, yes. I mean, 60.1, even Milwaukee is voting for voter ID. It's common sense. Crawford will win. I agree with you, Daryl, Steven, sir. That is very unexpected. Definitely Crawford will win. But if I call it, that's ending the live stream, basically. And, New York Times gonna call it, so I'm probably gonna wait a little. And plus some other stuff. But, not looking good, not looking good. This is like a solid blue Wisconsin. Isn't that kind of remarkable? Kind of weird. So if y'all are new to the live stream, I think we got some more people in. Thank you so much for watching, especially for those who are watching thus far. Tell me what y'all think in the chat. Like, share with your friends. We do have a super chat on if y'all want. Appreciate it. And maybe if possible y'all could subscribe so y'all don't miss a video. I make political videos, predictions, election nights, analyzing political stuff, trends, whatever it is. And I'll probably do more live streams in the future, such as this November, I think, regarding Virginia and New Jersey. I actually did in 2021. Decision desk has got it for Crawford, or did they? Yeah, not a surprise. In 2024, they called a lot of states early, I think. Yeah, that's not a surprise. They called it. So, there y'all have it for, yeah, it's kind of a massacre right now. Not looking good, not looking good. Kenosha, Crawford certainly winning. Waukesha, sorry, I think I may have said something else. Kenosha, sorry, and Waukesha, it's getting closer. I mean, the margin's decreasing rather. Ozaki, okay, I think Scimel was, Ozaki, hopefully he wins Ozaki. He has to win Ozaki. If he doesn't, that's really bad. Accountable for necessary training. But yeah, it's very, very not looking good. So yeah, I mean, this is nearly a 15-point margin. It's kind of rubbing it in at this point. I did predict the winners correctly, I guess. In regard to the Supreme Court race, I mean, I didn't do the voter ID in this, but technically I did predict the winners correct for Florida and Wisconsin. My margins are off, but did predict the winner, but it really shows to say, not only for me but for people in general, that Republicans may not do as good in special elections. And I think that's really something. I think there was a comment about that earlier. That's really like Republicans are not doing that good in special elections. That's really something Republicans need to focus on. Is to focus on special elections. I mean, they can't just always rely on Trump to do good in elections. That's just not how it works. How are we gonna do good in midterms, right? I think this is a good indicator about the midterms. We got some elections in Michigan. It's over. Yeah, I already know that. We got an election in Michigan. I think Pennsylvania, the governor race. I mean, this election could really show us $2. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If Kylie, but yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. If Kyle R had campaigned for Brad, Kenosha go red. So, I mean, why would you think that Kyle Rittenhouse? You mean Kyle Rittenhouse, right? I mean, what would make you think that? But anyways, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. But can you explain your reasoning though? How could have Kyle Rittenhouse done something? But Kenosha's looking pretty tight though, so it may go for Scimel. It may. Nick and Stern at a goal. Can you explain though your reasoning though, or like why you think so? So yeah, yes one. Honestly, I forgot we're not seeing this stuff. But yeah, Graham, could you maybe clarify that? But yeah, voter ID requirement looking very good. Superintendent of Public Instruction not looking good. It's like a blue mirage here. Kenosha did go red, or at least right now. Very tight in the Superintendent of Public Instruction race. Ozaki went red there. I just really want Ozaki to go red. Yeah. So this election, if y'all are new, was not going that good. I'm afraid that Elon Musk wasted his money. So I mean, this really just proves to say Republicans shouldn't rely on Trump more than the approval of Donald Trump. I think this is more of the Republican turnout and their dependence on Trump. In 2022, Republicans did awful in the midterms. If you don't believe me, you can do your research and compare the polls versus the actual election results. In 2023, they lost Kentucky. Okay, Mississippi was close. That's probably also because of the candidates. And yeah, why did Scimel lose? Well, I'm kind of ties into what I'm saying. There also may be other factors, but I do think one key reason. I do not think it's primarily because of Trump. I don't even think that's much to do with this. I think this is much to do with turnout. I'm pretty sure someone mentioned this. Turnout. Oh yeah, Ozaki flip red. Thank God. Okay. Yeah. Well, like I was saying, turnout. Republicans in 2022, Republicans did not do that good. 2023, they did not do that good. Democrat actually won with like 13, and this may be more than 13, by the likes of which I'm looking at. However, we do have some more votes here, so we have to see. We do have some more rural votes though, so gotta see. Okay, and turnout, yeah. But in 2024, when Trump was on the ballot, it caused like a red mirage all across the map, and even caused David McCormick to defeat Bob Casey, who was an incumbent senator. And McCormick, in my opinion, primarily won because of Donald Trump, by the way. So I think Republicans got too lazy depending on Trump, leaning on the stick, if you get what I mean. And I think Republicans can take a lesson out of this, they really need their own way to inspire turnout. They can't just rely on Donald Trump all the time. Of course, there may be other stuff, but yeah. And now we have to consider the aftermath of this election. This may be bad for Republicans in Congress. And the reason why I'm saying that is I'm pretty sure I heard that Democrats want to conjoin 2 Republican districts into 1. Can you believe that? Republicans already have a slim majority, so it will be bad for them in the future. So I'm pretty sure we got some more people in. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome again. If y'all have any inquiries, questions, comments, tell me to chat. Like, share with your friends. Maybe they want to see what's happening. Also, please consider subscribing if you don't want to miss another video. Think there's a rating and stuff. Like, yeah, if you like my content, and so you don't miss a video, and be a part of the channel. You really have to wonder how the GOP is gonna turn out its base without Trump. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Republicans need to figure out a way. Because the GOP is a big camp. I think 2024 really proved that. They literally want Hispanic men. And I think one of their primary motives, of course, was behind Donald Trump. Republicans really need to figure out a way to fix that. Meaning, they need to find out a way to win elections without Trump on the ballot. But yeah, and this also kind of proves, actually, never mind about that, actually. I can't really see it exactly. Okay, let's click here, votes left. So the diagram before your eyes show the estimated proportion of votes left. So as you can see, we still got a lot of votes in the rural areas. So if that's any hope for Scimel, but we still got a lot, or at least some votes left in Dane, in Milwaukee. The rest of the votes will probably be Republican, from the likes of which I'm looking at. So I guess that's getting some sense, but Polymarket I don't think says so. But the likes of which I'm seeing, Crawford doesn't have much votes actually, but she may get votes from the other places, of course. Rittenhouse has a following among conservatives as well as records. I mean, I agree. I could also see it going the other way. Kyle Rittenhouse, I mean, he was, I guess, a very controversial figure. So by him supporting, Scimel, the Democrats may be inspired, and their turnout may be even more. So it may backfire. So I don't know if that's entirely would have been a good idea. It's kind of a risky move. But either way, Kenosha is not enough to flip the whole state, and boom, more than 95% of the votes in. Crawford has basically won Kenosha, which means it's nearly impossible. I think I might as well just say impossible for Brad Scimel to win Wisconsin. Yeah, I mean, it's a blowout. So let me see. So keep in mind, this was basically the margin. This was basically the 2024 margin in Kenosha, Trump v. Harris, but I think it was the exact flip. Not the exact, I'm sorry. A similar. I can get to Wisconsin. Okay, technically Crawford is doing worse, I think. Or I think just, or nearly basically similar. Whatever it is. Will it be closer than 2023? I think 2023 was around 12 or 13, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 12 or 13. I want to say that. Right now, Scimel is losing at 50. I don't know. It's gonna be a blow either way. But just to answer your question, so in general, this is the rest of the vote count. You have some votes in Milwaukee. You have some votes in Dane. And then you have some rural votes in Wall County. It depends on how it goes. But, you know, we gotta see. It may very well be. There's a decent chance for it to not be closer. I said the wrong sorry earlier. There's a decent chance it goes farther, but actually I can't really say that again because we still have some more early votes, so maybe. I'm not sure why self-defense is considered controversial. It's not. It's not. But many people do think it is. It's not. I'm talking about people in general. Got some blue hearts. Okay. So I mean, I think the map is just rubbing it in at this point. We all know who's gonna win. Sorry, we all know who's gonna win. Poly Market, 100%. Wisconsin passed voter ID and voted for a Soros judge on the same ballot. Did the Soros not support that or something? I'm not quite sure on that. Well, but like, if you're talking about the appeal court, I'm not. Okay, who are you talking about? Sorry, could you clarify that? Okay, but you, Graham is saying said Milwaukee was 61 earlier and now it's down to 50%. It did? I didn't actually realize that. I don't know. I think I'm not gonna say anything or else never mind, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. I'm not saying anything. Maybe okay, I don't know for sure if that's what happened. I mean maybe you're looking at another county. Maybe they had some votes they didn't count. Sound familiar? Okay, no, I'm not saying anything. Never mind. Alright, so if y'all are new to the live stream, tell me what y'all think in the chat. Like, subscribe. Even if you're a Democrat, if possible, I mean, it would be very, helpful. If you're a Democrat or Republican, this channel is trying to provide accurate predictions. I really appreciate every subscription, and it really helps it. It really helps the channel. He's referring to Crawford, supported by OSF. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. Yeah, I think we can call Wisconsin sooner or later, and yeah. We have 89 people on the live stream. Wow, thank you so much, guys. Really do appreciate it. Tell me what y'all think on the chat. We do have a super chat going around, so I'd appreciate it if So, Dorr voted blue. This was a county that traditionally predicted some winner or something. That went blue by like 12. Winnebago is still blue. Woosaki, thank God, went red. Milwaukee went blue, of course. Of course I'm in blue. Waukesha closer in 2024. Kenosha blue. And this um, well, we still got some more votes left, of course. But right now Crawford is leading with around 15. I think this map really does a good job showing y'all how the votes are going so far. Of course, there's still so many votes left here, so maybe it could be closer than 2013. That's what I'm hoping at least. I'm sorry, that may have caused some. I dropped something that may have caused some microphone. I'm so sorry about that if that microphone crashed. Sorry. Yeah, but like what I was saying, I'm at least hoping that it doesn't go as bad as 2013. I mean, y'all could look that up. 2013 Wisconsin Supreme Court race. That was pretty bad. Hopefully it doesn't go that bad. Oh, so we hit 108 people on the live stream. Thank you so much. So if y'all are new to the channel, I mean, it would be great if y'all could subscribe. Doing my best to provide accurate election predictions. Or if y'all didn't know, in my 2024 prediction, I got it right besides Michigan. I thought Harris would in Michigan. That was the only state I was off in terms of the presidency. And actually, in my House prediction, although my seats were kind of some of my seats are wrong. I actually predicted Republicans would get 219 seats, and they got 220. If y'all could check that out. So my net seats were only off, but like technically 2, but technically 1 in general because I predicted 219 Republicans, and they got 220. So I really appreciate a subscription. You don't know how much it helps the channel. Even a like really does help. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. Just probably accurate election results. Predictions. Yeah, that's the plan at the end of the day. And also to analyze elections and such. So, I forgot it's Wisconsin, so the votes will go on and on and on and on. Unfortunately, Wisconsin is not Florida, so we're going to have to wait a while if you're going to stay to see all the election results. I think many of us know who's going to be the winner. It's probably going to be Crawford, very likely. One good thing for Republicans at least is that voter ID requirement did pass. Public instruction, let's look at this race. Kinzer is still not doing that good. I was referring to the comments earlier when I said that. Yeah, no, it's not good. But yeah, when I was talking, Waukesha is not going that, as 2024 in terms of the superintendent. But yeah. So, what do y'all think? Any comments on the chat? Interactive, Feel free to tell me what y'all think. Could do discussion or something. Because there's basically nothing else we could do right now but just watch and see. Also, in addition to that, let's go Crawford. Well, people have their own opinions, but if you are Team Crawford, that's, well, good. Congratulations. She's probably gonna win with a landslide. Actually, I don't know about that, but she's probably gonna win. Republicans do have a chance on decreasing the margins because they do have more votes left in this area and this area. So this is the only thing that can give you hope. But at the same time, they can go either way in general. So I don't know. It can very well be below 10. I don't know exactly, but Um, you know, it's pretty much over for Scimel. But I think well, it's only 46%. I mean, yeah, she'll probably win, but it's only 48% in. What does this mean for um future elections? Well, I think that this has an impact on the midterms coming up in 26. I think this was a wake-up call for Republicans to, they need to get their game on. Know that, they really need to get their turnout. It's no joke. Oh, something in particular. Ashland actually voted blue. For some reason, it's voting red. I mean, there's barely any votes, but who are you going for? I'm going for Scimel, but I don't think he's gonna win, fortunately. So yeah, I mean, excuse me. Dane has 67% in. Milwaukee 54. I can only imagine how Brad Scimel feels right now. Kind of good though that Dane is the only county that voted no for voter ID requirement. Like, how can you say no to that? But, okay. Superintendent election looking good for Democrats. At least Republicans didn't lose one of their wild counties. Propaganda is alive and strong still. In terms of what though? So what kind of propaganda? But the thing is, Kenosha flipped. So, okay, it got a little bit more closer. Of course, Crawford's still winning. But I think more votes are coming in from rural Wisconsin. So that can maybe bring down the margins because at this point, it's, more advantageous to lose less than lose big. I live in Vermont. Basically, the entire state fills Dane counties. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying though, the rest of the votes may come in from rural Wisconsin, and that could boost up the margin because it's better to lose than less margin than to lose with a big margin. Am I right? But problem is in this county and this county, Dane. These two are really gonna, push back Republicans, kind of like a wall. I mean, never mind. What am I saying? Okay. Racine still doesn't have any votes in yet. This is a county that did vote Republican and probably will still vote Republican. Actually, may not. Hopefully, does. I think. Actually, I can't really say for sure that. What do y'all think? I have a question for y'all. Do y'all think Wisconsin? Okay, in general, do y'all think Wisconsin is trending red or trending blue? In general. What do y'all think? Talk about the chat. Okay, Scimel hit 44. What? Reason you picked Ray. I predicted that Crawford would win. I predicted she would win by like 4.67. I mean, I prefer Brad though. If you're talking about do I prefer him, I prefer him instead of Crawford. Honestly, Wisconsin might just stay stagnant. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a very fair point. I originally thought, well, Wisconsin can maybe turn red. I thought it would, but not really thinking about it before. It's just that these counties around Milwaukee, they're really proving themselves to be turning blue in general, whereas rural Wisconsin in general is trending red, I do believe. So, I mean, depends on how you look at it. I think it'll be a toss-up battleground for elections to come. So, right now, State Supreme Court got a little closer, but still pretty bad for Scimel. We still got a lot of counties left that are Republican, so maybe those could, help Scimel in some way or another, at least to decrease, the victory. So today is April Fool's. I should have gave y'all a video regarding April Fool's, but I guess, well, it's like Escambia County. I guess Escambia County was our April Fool's video, I guess. So there y'all have it, guys. But yeah, 58% of the votes in. It will probably chill like this for a while. Honestly, it'd be more worth it just to see how much Scimel can pull ahead. Not pull ahead, just decrease Crawford's margin. Because at the only time, it would have been red if Elon didn't show up. I mean, I don't think so. I would still go blue. It wouldn't have went red. Elon actually helped. I mean, he helped Trump win Pennsylvania. I mean, it wouldn't really make much sense to make, in general, but no, I think it would still go blue if he didn't show up, in general, though. At least what I think. But, what I can tell you is Crawford's doing really good, though. 11.8, wow. So we got 80 people watching. Thank you so much. If y'all are new to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if y'all, like, subscribe. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. We can have a discussion. Again, I plan on doing more live streams in the future, so make sure you stay tuned for that. There's also this is actually my first time doing super chats. So yeah, thank y'all so much for the people who did it. There still is a goal, and I would really appreciate if y'all did it. You know how much that means. But yeah. So let's see what happens when we click see detailed results. So, well, there y'all have it. Apparently I may have been wrong then, or whatever. So New York Times is thinking that would it be so bad if Susan was so radical? What do you mean? You mean her margin would have increased? Crawford. Okay, but New York Times is thinking that the rest of the votes will be more for Crawford, which is meaning that this may be worse than 2023. Wow. So this is their estimated votes remaining. But yeah.
Let's see if Florida got their. Okay, so they got their election result in 2024. R plus 30, the 6th. Let's talk about the 6th. 2025 R plus 14. So this is, I think this does a better job of explaining it. Yeah. Actually, but I think this does a better job in showing the comparison. And then 2024 in the first, R plus 37, April 1st, R plus 15. Again, you can blame this on turnout. You can blame this on Democratic reliability. Republican reliability on Trump rather than actually trying themselves harder. So in my opinion, the only win we got from this election was question number 1. Superintendent looking like a little blue. Yeah. So Racine, take a look at this. Racine, we got votes in, and it voted for Susan Crawford. That's not good, of course. These counties around Milwaukee are important in elections in general for Republicans because that's what basically helped their base. Well, that was their traditional base. If you go to previous elections, Republicans wouldn't actually do that good in Wisconsin and the rest, but they would, win those counties, at least some of those, Waukesha, Ozaukee, and I think Racine, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong, but this will probably be worse than 20 or 23. That's my prediction right now. I predicted 4.73, but that's not looking the case. I predicted the winner, but my margin was off. This is looking like it will be worse than the 2013 margin. Democrats lost in Florida. Yes, they did. But they won Escambia County. And there you have it, guys. Susan Crawford won. This was expected. But this is it. Right before our eyes, Susan Crawford, the projected winner. They haven't called Jill Underly. There you have it, guys. I mean, Susan Crawford was expected to win. I'm not projecting as well. Susan Crawford, endorsed by Democrat, will win the 2025 Wisconsin Supreme Court election. There you have it, guys. Yeah, I mean, this did not go good for Republicans at all, at least much. Not the only thing. Well, they're saying that the rest of the votes will probably be from Crawford, but y'all have any comments now that we know who won Florida, Wisconsin? Of course, we still have that attendance race, but I mean that we already know who wins. That's not that important compared to the rest. And they'll probably call that soon. But I mean, so I guess there's mixed opinions in the chat. Okay. Well, hopefully okay, we have mixed comments in the chat. Very mixed, questionable comments. Okay. So I don't think it definitely not blame Elon. Just because he gave money doesn't mean he ruined the elections. I don't think that makes sense much. But Crawford did win. Cannot deny that. I predicted she would win at least. Should have improved my margin, but hopefully, you know, y'all understood. Um, so again, I'm gonna probably do more live streams in the future. I hope y'all enjoyed this, whether you're a Republican, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're independent. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know what I can improve on. And thank you also to our donations from Jets Unleashed, from Graham, and from Graham again. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. Again, let me know, excuse me, what I can improve. Thank you so much. I'm probably gonna end it now. What y'all think? I think I should. Because those were main two. So my projection also is Jill Underly will win in the superintendent race. Without this race would have been. Yeah. Yeah, well, y'all have anything else, like comments how it could have improved? Oh, and before we end, if y'all could subscribe maybe so y'all don't miss another video. Nice having y'all discussion. You know, hope you all enjoyed it. Any last minute comments, questions, or anything maybe about my videos or something? Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. So, I mean, yeah, there y'all have it. It's been like, what, 3 years since I made a live stream? Alright, got nothing, no problem. So, I guess this election was straightforward. I mean, there were some surprises, like in Escambia. This election kind of as well. But yeah, so, again, if y'all could like, subscribe if y'all enjoyed it. Hope to make more live streams in the future where we can have discussions, super chats, stuff like that. So anyways, everyone's good. I might find an ending here. Thank you for everyone who stayed, who just joined. But yeah, I'm here to let you know we're probably gonna end it here because we know he already won. I mean, just to do one more recap before I end it. For the state Supreme Court, Susan Crawford won this election. She overperformed in, well, she did good around Milwaukee, pretty much. She got Racine and Kenosha, two important counties for Republican. With Trump won in 2024. In the voter ID requirement, this was a win for Republican ideologies, as this answered yes, even in Milwaukee. Superintendent race, JTP has already called that for Jill Underly. And again, these elections has proved to show Republicans' weakness for turnout and how they really need to improve. No joke. This is not April Fool's. Actually, kind of is, but that's not what I meant. And in Florida, we had two special races. Republicans didn't do that good in general, especially in District Number 1, if I had to choose. Escambia flip blue. Probably one of the biggest shockers tonight. But, yeah. So, these were the spring election results. Nothing much but these. So, well, anything else? Or should I end it here? We're good? Nothing? I'll wait for one more comment just to clarify. Are we good, guys? Y'all have any questions? Maybe about my future videos? Or maybe about the future of the voting? Like, how do I think it'll turn out? Anything? We're good. So again, nothing. I'm just gonna assume that. Are we fine? Nothing. You don't have anything. Not. It can be a question. If y'all don't have any questions, it's fine. I do wonder what the final margin will be. Crawford's margin will probably increase. I'm pretty sure that was the New York Times estimate. Plus, he got some more votes in from Dane and Milwaukee. I don't know if it'll be by that much though, but maybe you'll go a bit more for Crawford. But yeah. All right. Well, besides that, are y'all fine? Oh, maybe I'll wait for one more confirmation. Again, I really do appreciate everyone who stayed. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Yeah. So we're good. Any more questions, comments, anything? We're fine. We good, guys? Alright, I guess I'm gonna assume we're fine since no one is saying anything. We got 50 people live. You sure no one has any questions, comments? Y'all are free to ask. I can, no problem. Be happy to answer. Y'all sure? Maybe you have a question. Whoa. Wait, did they just uncall it? Hold on. Guys, they just uncalled Wisconsin. Just kind of weird. So I may stay up for a bit more. For some reason, they uncalled Wisconsin. I don't know why. But she's definitely gonna win. But for some reason, they uncalled Wisconsin. Maybe because they realize you still have some more rural votes and they don't want to just, have that risk of, removing or losing. Having a false. Okay, they just called it again. Never mind. Alright, well, I'm assuming we're good. Alright, well, thank y'all so much for staying live. They just called it. Well, they called it and then they uncalled it and now they're calling it again. I already called it. I think Crawford will win. Very interesting night tonight. Thank y'all so much for staying live with me. Hope to see y'all in future live streams, future videos. Please subscribe if you enjoyed. And yeah, JTPL, I'll see